If you don't have people saying to you, man, you're going to do great at this, then you need to add something to your presentation. That's called some fire, some excitement, some enthusiasm. I see the people building the business, you know what they all have? They have like a glow on them. They have like a special glow, like the light's on, this person. I mean, they're fired up. They're going somewhere. And you can see it in them. You see it in Brett. You know, if he'd done an open down here somewhere, is he fired up and excited? Oh, he's on the go. Look out for that guy. He's just beginning. He just hit new level. He's in the jet stream now. He got a strong tailwind. And the more fired up you get, the more of a tailwind you got. And I find when you have the conviction, people are afraid to say something to you because they're afraid this guy really is into what he's in. He might chew my head off. All right? Or, hey, they're going to do it without me and make me look like a jerk. Right? But when you have that heart and the conviction, you don't get as much from the critics. I haven't had a critic at a meeting for a long time. You know, maybe it's because I'm older. I don't know. You know, but it's been a long, long time. You ever have critics at a meeting? Anybody have a critic? Anybody have any critics at work? Huh? Who has a critic at work? Who? Let's see the hands. Raise them up. What do you do about it? Do you believe in what you're doing? Now look, you allow yourself to get kicked around. What would you do if somebody came in your house and started beating on your kids? Oh, it's okay. Don't let me get in your way. Go ahead. Here, I have a broom here too. You know. Need some rope? You know, I got the knives over here. Huh? Would you be a little insulted and a little defensive? And I got a little defensive, a couple teachers being stupid, and I said, now look, when somebody's trying to do more for their family and give them the best that they can give them, and when somebody else tries to hold them back from doing that on their own time, they've got a problem, and I think they're a little sick. Now, I don't know if you're falling in that category, it just appears so. And I let them have it. Nobody in the faculty ever said nothing to me again. Nothing. Boy, they said, boy, he's aged. I'm sure they talked about me and I wasn't there. Go ahead, talk about me. I don't care. You know, they can talk about me now. I'd rather be talked about than the one doing the talking. I'd rather be the one talked about that's got the cash. I make more in a week than they make in a year. Who's wrong? So I'd rather be wrong and rich than right and broke. Where you want to be, huh? Yeah, I know they thought I was stupid. Yeah, and one day I showed one a check, $4,600. I said, what do you think of that? He says, that's not bad for the year, bonus. I said, no, that's for the month. Oh. I ain't going to be here much longer. You know, he's a guy that taught in my department, and his wife taught biology, and then they went up to show him some products, and they wouldn't even let her in the door. Well, hey, if people want to be stupid, let them be stupid. You know, it's like I mentioned the guy Saturday. My brother sent me a fax. It was John Wayne with a military helmet and military uniform on. The caption is very simple. It says, life's tough, but it's tougher if you're stupid. And I realize a lot of people are just stupid. And they just don't have their mind in gear. Their elevator don't go to the top. They're just about 3 bananas short of a picnic. All right? And that's up to them. I don't care. You know, you just got to be proud of the fact that you live in America, proud that you have a loving God, and proud enough to do something about it. You know, you think there's not critics. You get reading through Scripture, you see all the critics that there's been for everybody that's done something great. Anybody that's done something great in this state has had critics. Whether it's the pastor of a church, a principal of a school, a coach, you know, whatever it is, guy that owns a big car dealership, whatever it happens to be, there's always lots of critics. And there's always people trying to fault. Small people spend their time talking about people, running down people. I call it the small town mentality. You know, just spend all the time, you know, into gossip, know everybody's business, and have too much time to meddle in other people's affairs. If they get minding their business, and I told my kids coming home from church one day, I said, those who spend too much time meddling in other people's business have no business of their own. And we don't have time. We're at EDC. We're talking to lots of guys and gals. I didn't find anybody talking about somebody else or look at something or this or that. We go to Hawaii, we're sitting on the beach, but they're all talking about what? Ideals and their plane or their home or this and that's going, their kids, you know, and how we're changing things in different countries. You know, which group do you want to be around? What do you think they're talking about in the faculty room tomorrow at noon? People. Other people. And trying to ridicule others so they look better. So, which group do you want to be in? I know that's the way it is, and I'm not going out of my way so much to try to make them happy that I'm unhappy. Because I know the difference between right and wrong. Right? Hello? Yeah. So, Tom just didn't worry about what anybody thought. He just always excited, beaming and excited. Had that glow. Always excited, and when you have that, day to day, when you get up, from the time you get up till you go to bed, what's the alternative? What is the alternative? The nervous breakdown, the frustration, the misery, laughter. People that laugh and are happy live longer. They're healthier people than those that are all wrapped up in knots. You know, a lot of you work at places I wouldn't want to work. What do? Collection agency. That's sounds like a lot of fun. You know, we have 1.3 million bankruptcies, and you know what that means? A lot more than 1.3 million didn't get paid for something last year. They got ripped off because of some law or some policy. Okay? Thank you, Ford. Ford every stream. Thank you. You know, what do? I don't think I'd like that either. Get paid 7-figure income?
Not quite.
Okay, I don't want that job. What do? Cemetery. He'll never run out of work. There's always going to be work there, boy. It's like it's a dying industry, I heard. They're dying to participate, aren't they? Yes, sir. That's just going to happen forever, you know. What do?
Engineer.
Huh?
Engineer.
Drive a train?
No.
Engineer? All right. Hey, now you're an engineer. What kind of engineer?
Repair linear storage or hospital.
Okay. You're an engineer. Who's good in math? Who likes math? Huh? You like math? You're an engineer? You like math? How about if you guys go out and design an airplane tomorrow? I'm just thinking about that coming down here. All the criticism, those guys that developed that plane, and I think it's a nice way. 40 minutes from Harrisburg. Boom, we're here. You know, I thought that was really neat. Actually, about 35 minutes, you know. Not bad. But you know how somebody developed that. And when they developed that, they had a passion to accomplish it because they had obstacles. Not only people, but they had obstacles of time. They had to find time to do it. And they didn't have anybody, oh, sure, here's the money. Can you imagine anybody work at a bank? Huh? Work at a bank. Loan officer, loan department? Anybody work in a loan department? Ever work in a loan department? Want to work in a loan department? Can you imagine somebody walk in, you know, Wright brothers, what's your name? Orville. Just my brother Wilbur. Right? We'd like to have $100,000. For what? We're going to design a flying machine. Run that by me again? We're going to design so we can fly. Really? Why don't you go out and buy a couple pheasants and be done with it? Forget it. Get out of here. We don't have time for you. Do you think that's the kind of answer basically they get? Huh? They did something that the ordinary guy wasn't doing. When you go to do something that the ordinary person doesn't do, they will do what? They're critical. They're critical. They got all the answers. They got all the opinions. They don't have all the answers. We got to be careful who we listen to. And I learned that a long time ago, boy. I got a lot of wrong advice, and I learned we have to get around people who are doing the things we want in order for us to accomplish what we want to accomplish. You know, there's a lot of nitwits that have a lot of nitwit ideas that aren't going to pay your bills if you don't. And you got to stand strong on what you believe in. Don't let just any bozo control you and control your thinking. This business is 99% attitude. This business is 99% attitude. Anybody here can show the plan. Anybody here can listen to a tape. Anybody here can read a book. Anybody here can take notes. But do you have the attitude when you're going by people, you're talking to them? You know, Talked to a guy in a Dairy Queen. Y'all heard that? Maybe you heard the tape. Has been contacting his Learnable, and he was at a Dairy Queen. And now we got a couple diamonds out of that group, and more coming on in that group. That's in one leg. And here I found out that he quit on the way up to there going direct. He quit, and I found out we have another leg there. They you know, because we have a lot of lakes. We got 43 wide in the states, you know, and then we got a lot in a lot of the countries, another 43 or more in other countries. And then a guy calls who wants to build the business. I said, I've seen your name, and I just didn't know where you were. And they live 1 mile from half a mile from my farm. So I had him come over to the farm one morning, and we talked for 3 hours. And I said, how did you actually get in the business? Who was upline from you? And he mentioned, and it was the guy that I met at the Dairy Queen. And these people are fired up. And they called yesterday after work. I talked to the son who's in the business, and then he says, my mom wants to talk to you. And she gets on the phone, she's all fired up and excited. And she said, man, we've met you. I said, I really don't have the foggiest idea of meeting you or what you look like. I met your husband, I know your son, but, you know, and she just all excited and said, we're doing it, we're going. She said, you had a picture with us when we hit 1,500 once. And then we just got involved in other things and just didn't do a whole lot in the business. And my husband and I were talking about it. Glenn and I were talking. We're going. We're going to do it. And you know, when you're moving on and you're consistent, there's people you've talked to that are going to be calling you. We've had a lot of people call us. We've had a lot of relatives call us. There's a lot of wait and sees, and that's okay. Don't let them wait too long. See, I knew there's a lot of open-minded people out here that are going to build it. You know, there's open-minded and there's closed-minded, and there's a whole lot in between. You'll sponsor the open-minded without any problem. And in the closed-minded, we get everybody in the profiles, and we get everybody in the profiles, talk to them for 3 days. And they'll still say, it ain't for me. I like being broke. My wife won't let me. Whatever.